welcome to the Crazy Town Podcast. I'm Jonas.
I'm TNT Dynamite, the explosive one. Let's crack into another one.
TNT.
Yo.
You know, we're not always right on the Crazy Town Podcast.
No, we're wrong a lot.
I mean, we go truth, not facts.
We half-heartedly research our topics.
So if I think it's true at the time, or believe it's true based on the knowledge I have, that's what I talk about.
Jonas tends to get the majority of the topics ready about 5 minutes before we record. Let's just be real.
We're consummate professionals.
Let's just be real.
Hey, I usually keep track of them during the week, and sometimes I don't. Don't know me.
Every time we sit there, look, man, we can get
There's
real on this freaking
1,000
podcast.
episodes of this podcast.
Yeah.
Would say we average, 1 to 2 topics per episode. How many of those 2,000 topics has Jonas brought to the podcast?
I don't know, vast majority. Congratulations.
And now I'm an asshole because I sometimes can't find some stuff to talk about.
I purchased 95% of the games that we play for the channel.
And I never say anything about how you play games.
And I never say anything about how you research it until it's brought up. Now it's being brought up, we're talking about it. All right?
Anyways. So,
and look, I was going to say something else that was going to be deprecating to you.
You stink.
Your legs are too hairy.
They're very not.
No, they clean it up, sweetheart. Going out in shorts looking like that.
Looking like a goddamn caveman. So anyways, we talked about how they elected a new pope a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we did.
We even made a whole joke about how they picked the white pope again and all the things.
We made the joke about the white pope. I can show the new pope.
Turns out they hadn't elected the new pope. We were completely wrong.
Hold on, Pope Louis.
So, Pope Bobbert.
What's his name?
Robert something.
No, it's the new pope.
Yeah.
It's Lex.
No, his name.
Talk.
Okay, so they elected the new pope. He is the first new pop guy. I love that.
Oh, wait a minute.
Is that The Weeknd?
Who's this?
I don't know.
Jonas,
You
gotta focus.
He's the first American pope to ever be elected. And what's kind of funny is I saw some videos online of these two kids with their mom. Robert, I told his name was Bob.
No, but Leo. He's going by Leo.
Oh,
Leo.
got you. And the girl is like, "Oh my God, it's Bob!" And then it was like, "Mom used to hook up with Bob." So it was like this. He's from the Chicago area.
Yeah,
so they're like, there was this girl with her mom and her brother, and I guess her mom used to bang the Pope when she was 19 because he had whatever. But
it turns out that he did not spend the majority of his life in Chicago. So, while he lived in Chicago, he might even have been born there. He didn't spend a lot of his life in Chicago. He's fluent in 4 different languages.
Yeah, but I think he's a pretty progressive pope.
Yeah. He spoke on some of the things about what Trump and J.D. Vance said about immigration and stuff of that nature. But I don't know if he's going to be as progressive as Pope Francis was when it comes to LGBTQ, the trans issues. But
right.
We will see. We will see.
So I saw something they had. I didn't even know the Conclave is what was called when they were doing the new pope. They had that whole movie called Conclave, and I was
Did you see that movie? That's another episode.
I did not. I'm not into church movies. Anyways,
Not a church movie. There's a church in it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure. I've never seen it either. There's a church in it.
So they were talking on. Sometimes news anchors are very out of touch with society.
Okay.
So they were talking about the conclave and how it's a very long process, and the guy says, most of them will tell you what's going on in there. They're reading their breviary. That's a book of prayers that clergy have, or praying. He said, the one thing we know they're not doing is checking Instagram because their devices have all been confiscated. And then the last thing this man said was,
I saw this.
I believe the kids call it raw dogging if you're going too long a period with no electronic device.
Honestly, Jonas, I'm so glad we're talking about this because I've seen this clip, all right? I've seen this clip.
Man.
But that kind of is what they call it.
Is it?
So if you were this is TikTok culture that I actually agree with, contrary to last episode. But if you follow trends, Jonas, if you go on a plane and you don't take a cell phone or a game or a book,
You're raw dogging the
or a
airplane.
pillow, and you just sit there and with your hands on your hips, or you're not on your hips but on your thighs, and you just look straight forward, they call that raw dogging a flight. They do. They do.
It's like doing something in the most plain way possible
Yes.
with no
Yes.
frills.
Yes.
Like I get it, I get the thing, but it's so funny because like
Yeah.
anyone else knows of raw dogging about
Yeah.
fucking without a condom.
There was the other thing that was said there too, raw bareback. I think the other lady said barebacking. That one, brother, barebacking only means one thing in my nomenclature, but I know it means to ride a horse without a saddle, and that's kind of what they're saying is that they're riding through the conclave without a cellular device. But yeah, we should. I mean, honestly, Jonas, raw dogging is probably pretty.
I have definitely said raw dogging something that wasn't sex before.
Yeah, like you can raw dog a hot dog, and like see now you're thinking, don't be gross, all right?
There's always one in every high school, right? You know what I mean? There's always one.
Listen, sir, don't be glib. What I'm saying is that if you take a hot dog and it's just plain, I'm like, brother, you're just gonna.
I raw dog hamburgers every time I eat them.
Like you're not even gonna use a bun. You're just gonna raw dog this hot dog, just like a Slim Jim.
Like you're gonna glizzy it. You're gonna throw to glizzy with no bun. Yeah, like I'll eat a cheeseburger with just cheese, meat, and bun.
Nah, brother,
people
that's
are
not
like,
raw dog.
It's not raw.
That's not raw
just
dog.
taking the burger and
Just a hamburger. Not you. As soon as you said cheeseburger, you taking the raw off. You put a condom on.
No.
Nah, yeah,
Because like the cheeseburger is a product.
No, brother.
The hamburger, and if it's a cheeseburger,
Yes,
so
because it
comes with cheese. So you can raw dog a cheeseburger.
Listen to this American man telling me about the difference between a hamburger and a cheeseburger.
You can raw dog a cheeseburger. That's my point,
You
bro.
can't raw dog a cheeseburger.
You
That's
can
like saying I can raw dog a lasagna. You can't. No, there's too many ingredients.
Cheese and
The
burger.
whole point of it being raw dog, like if I was saying raw dog or hot dog, doesn't mean you get to put mustard on it. We talking about?
But you can put it in a bun.
Cheese is a condiment. I'm sorry, American. Cheese is a condiment.
Yeah, but if there wasn't such a thing called a cheeseburger,
there's a thing called a chili dog. You can't raw dog a chili dog.
yeah, you can.
No, there's contraceptive all over that dog. It is.
Next thing you know, you're going to be telling me it's not a sandwich.
Well, cheeseburger, a hot dog, not a sandwich. No, a hot dog is a sandwich. 100%.
So
I'll be on that side of history.
But everyone watching that shit thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, man, the reactions from one of the co-anchors or whatever on that program were just crazy because he was like, I don't want to get in any trouble, so I'm just going to let you guys handle this conversation. And he was over there to like making faces and stuff. Really good segment, Joe. You should watch it. But yeah, I don't know, man. Raw dogging. What else? Would you like to raw dog?
Yeah, I'm still saying you can raw dog a cheeseburger.
No, brother. You can't raw dog. If you raw dog a cheeseburger, it's a hamburger because you got to take everything off of it. It's taking it in its most natural state. I'm talking
But
meat and bun.
if it's a cheeseburger, if you
can raw dog a grilled cheese.
If it's a cheeseburger, if it's a cheeseburger,
like a cheese sandwich,
you can't. Then you're saying you can't raw dog a cheeseburger because you have to take the cheese off, then it becomes a hamburger.
Yeah, you're raw.
How do you can raw dog anything?
Here's the thing, Jonas, is that I hate that we have to go through this, but we have to look at the word itself. All right,
okay.
It didn't start out as a cheeseburger. Obviously, in history, it started out as a hamburger. So the base would be hamburger.
Okay.
Then the English got a hold of it and they started throwing on it. Let's put ketchup. Let's put mustard. Let's put vegetables. Let's put cheese on it. Automatically, it becomes something different. So the word is hamburger. When you add cheese to it, then it's a cheeseburger.
Yeah, but I'm not saying
if you're raw dogging something, you're taking something in its most natural state.
A cheeseburger's most natural state is with cheese.
You're just arguing for the sake of content.
I am not.
At this point, you're just arguing for the sake of content, and I would like you to end the episode.
I'm going to end
Unless you want to, final argument, Jonas, I'll let you have the floor. 30 seconds, go.
anything in its rawest form. A cheeseburger, you're basically what you're saying is a cheeseburger does not have a raw form.
I'm not arguing anymore. This is your
Okay,
final
that's it.
rebuttal.
All right, that's all the time we have for today's
my
episode.
finals.
Go to thecrazytown.com for Jonas.
What a great argument. That's your argument?
You're saying there can't be a raw form of a cheeseburger.
TNT.
We out.